welcome to Let's Talk Spoop. I am your host, Don, and this is the first ever Let's Talk Spoop. If you're wondering what Let's Talk Spoop is, at the behest of my good friend Jeremiah, I will do quick, probably 5-minute or less, reviews on horror movies that I find on various different streaming services, so you know what you're getting yourself into. Today, on Let's Talk Spoop, we're going to talk about Trace. Trace is a film by Ryan Brookhart. It is free with ads on Vudu. So what is Trace? Well, Trace is a story about a group of friends who decide to experiment with trace phenomena, which is a form of electronic voice phenomena. They record one of them, the quintessential slutty guy, to start trying to record or trying to talk to a demon. Nothing happens, and then chick gets angry and leaves, and that's about the beginning of the movie. So we're going to break this down into 6 separate categories. Those categories are acting, story, music, atmosphere, look, and jumpiness/creepiness. This movie, having to do with the supernatural, obviously fits more into the creepiness factor than the jumpy factor. So, starting number 1 with acting. I have never heard of any of the actors in this movie, but they've done parts on various different television shows, and overall, the acting was normal. Nothing super special, but not incredibly bad. It was just normal. So, on a scale of 0 to 5, give them a 3. The story? So in the story, they, as I said previously, use EVP, accidentally summon a demon, and then the demon proceeds to terrorize the party. Well, not the party, members after the party in separate situations. One of them starts to freak out because he figures everything out, and whatever. Anyway, pretty generic story, but had potential. Didn't really go too far with that potential, though. So overall, we're going to give him a 3 out of 5 because it wasn't horrendous. Music, nothing special. There was no real ambiance with the music to make you, like, frightened or anything along those lines. But also the music wasn't, like, contrary. You weren't listening to the Spanish Flea when the demon was supposed to be there. So, again, 3 out of 5 on music. So overall, so far, pretty average movie. The atmosphere, not scary at all. Literally no build-up. The music was just music. The lighting wasn't special. We'll get into the camera in a minute. Just overall, nothing special. So we're going to give it or not even close to average as far as spookiness is concerned. So we're going to go with the 2 out of 5 for the atmosphere. The look of the movie. So, here again, not great. So, the camera will randomly shift from being a static camera to being a handheld camera that is held by what I can only assume is a man with Parkinson's, because it shakes real bad. So, that combined with it just being completely random on when they decide to use the handheld camera versus the static camera, went again with a 2 out of 5 for the overall look. Creepiness, at first I was going to give this a 1 because it's not very creepy. The movie didn't scare me at all, not a little bit, not in the slightest. However, there was one good jump scene that got me, even though I knew it was coming, so I gave it a 2 out of 5. For overall creepiness. Like I said, the story earlier isn't a bad story. They just didn't really go too far with it. So we tally all those scores up together, and we get an average of 2.5 out of 5 skulls. And that is Trace on Vudu.